Oh, thanks, everyone. I have two announcements. First, we didn't use Easy Cater for this meeting, which is why the food never arrived. Also, and I just thought of this, effective immediately, everyone will be paid in wildly volatile cryptocurrency. You're all now billionaires. And now you're broke.
Bad ideas happen when there's no food for the meeting. So make sure it's on time and as ordered from more than 80,000 restaurants. Now, Easy Cater.
You're rich again. And now you're not.
Order 24/7 on easycater.com.
This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The drippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Big Dummy is a game. Don playing for team Definitely Not Sober on the line, working on question number 1.
All right, Don.
First I was going to say between 10 and 50.
But that's a lie.
I call my sister, and she's my power of attorney, and she'd take it out of my money.
Yeah, but on the other hand, she's your power of attorney, so she can just keep the cash.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So treat her well. All right, Don, here's your question. What 2 things does the Morton's Salt Girl have in her hands?
2 things. For Toothless Dawn. 2 things.
Okay. An umbrella and... Gosh, I can't even picture the other one.
I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think of it. The Morton Salt Girl. She is, in fact, carrying an umbrella in one hand, and then in the other hand, she has...
I can't even picture it. I don't use my salt.
Salt, damn it! In her other hand, she's carrying the actual salt.
Oh,
which, by the way, she's very wasteful. Everyone thinks, oh, she's so cute. Well, she's wasting food,
everywhere,
dude. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No.
You know, a good point, Tej.
Yeah, it's obviously slug season.
Morton Salt. Also, slug killer.
Slug killer.
Maybe let's just call it Morton Slug Killer. And condiment.
Yeah, adds flavor to food, but whatever. Kill those slugs.
Right. All right, when you're standing in sunlight, what vitamin does your body synthesize?
Is it B?
Right. Toothless Dawn.
Yes,
Very good. Okay. Game is Big Dummy 844-999-OLA.
Hello. Damn it. Hello, Paul. Welcome to the men's room.
Big Dummy.
Hola, bichola.
Hola. Paul, what team you playing for? Sober or not sober?
I'm not sober.
All right, Paul. As the show and game go on, more come the not sober contestants. Our men's room poll, how much ransom for you there, Paul? But between $1 and $1,000, 1,010, 10,000 to 50,000, or 50,000 plus?
Oh, man, I don't know this one. I'm going to have to go maybe up to 10,000.
So between 1,000 and 10,000, who do you think is going to be able to write that check?
Well, I'm hoping my folks.
Your folks.
But I don't get in too much trouble, so.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter if you're in trouble or not. You got kidnapped. You need to borrow money, man.
Yeah, this is kidnapping.
You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe I'm worth a little more than I suppose.
Okay. Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Hey, I just got to say, man, I love you guys. I love the show. I haven't talked to you guys since a long time. He asked me a question about an answer with the Muppets, 2 old guys in the Muppet Show. Anyway.
You realize, Paul, we have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
But
no,
I know it's us when you brought up Muppets.
Didn't think you would.
Yeah. I try, man.
All right. I'm curious between you and Ted if you'll get the answer to this question. I get the feeling Ted will. By the way, this next set of questions, Miles, comes to us all the way from our lone affiliate in Toledo, Ohio. That would be KEITH. Some people just call it Keith. Yes.
All right.
Okay, cool, Keith. Question number 1 from our affiliate, KEITH. The Little Brown Jug, that's college football's oldest trophy rivalry between the University of Minnesota Gophers and what other team?
And that's tough. Minnesota's got a couple of these.
They do, right.
They saw Paul Bunyan's, I think, big act.
Yeah.
So you're going to be what, Northwestern or maybe Wisconsin?
I mean, you're in the general area, right? So it's definitely in that area.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go with... Wisconsin.
It sounded like you're masturbating.
Yeah. I want it to be a golden gopher.
I'm pretty sure the axe game is the one they have with Wisconsin.
In this case, the Little Brown Jug. That's a rivalry between the University of Minnesota Gophers and the University of Michigan Wolverines.
Oh, Michigan.
Minnesota ain't held that jug in a while.
Okay.
So thirsty. Sorry. All right, got multiple choice for you. We go to the fine state of Texas, where it is illegal to swear in front of a corpse, a judge, or a priest/preacher.
I'm going to go corpse.
Go corpse. Yes. You win corpse and you win. Good job there.
Who reports that?
If
I go to the graveyard,
but you know it's going to be a wacky law, even if it's multiple choice. You have to go, I think, for the most ridiculous every time.
I even kind of thought, like, should I come up with something dumber than corpse? I actually thought that this morning.
No, because you never know. Game is Big Dummy, 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola. Matthew, are you on Team Sober or Team Not Sober?
Team sober, definitely.
All right, welcome to the show, Matthew. What do you think you're worth there on a men's room poll? How much ransom for you? Between $1 and $1,000, $1,000 to $10,000, $10,000 to $50,000, or $50,000 plus?
Oh, that's probably the toughest question I've been asked all day. I would have to say probably about $20-$30 because $20
to $30. All right, we got you.
Yeah, because if I was to be kidnapped, they wouldn't keep me around too long because I'm a motor mouth when it comes to cars.
All right.
Trust me, you explained it when you said it's like $20 or $30.
Yeah,
you don't got to explain it.
See, here's the thing. When you shoot for double digits, we're like, we get it. If you say it, we understand. All right, we have another multiple choice question for you. In this case, it's another question about illegality. And this time we go to the fine state of Georgia.
Okay.
So French fries, fried chicken, hush puppies, or biscuits. It is illegal in Florida to eat which one of these?
Florida or Georgia?
Sorry. It is illegal in Georgia to eat which one of these with a fork?
The choices are fried. Okay.
French fries, fried chicken, hush puppies, biscuits.
Oh, this is probably pretty easy.
French fries?
No, it's got to be hush puppies.
Fried chicken, it is illegal. Illegal!
What?
Illegal!
What do you mean?
To eat fried chicken with a
No
fork.
way.
What about a big breast?
Who eats fried chicken with a fork?
It's fried chicken.
But you pull the breast off.
No, you do that with baked chicken. All right. If it's fried chicken, you pick it up, you get greasy. Okay. If you're not willing to
if
get
it's
dirty,
a giant breast of fried chicken, even at that, you're still ripping it off with hands.
Right.
I would be pissed off if I saw somebody using a knife and fork.
All right.
you don't get pissed off, he's going to jail.
Yeah.
That's real easy.
Yep.
I would love to turn somebody in for that in Georgia.
Dude,
Like, I'm not that person, but like, you call that crime?
Yeah.
Snitching every day.
I'd call him.
Yeah.
Probably find out it's like 8 years in prison. Like, dog, I'm sorry, man. I didn't think it'd be that bad.
I'm sorry, Dad.
I just thought it'd be funny.
It'd be cool if I bailed you out.
I don't have the money. All right, your question. I don't know if you watched the show Breaking Bad. If you did, you should know. If you didn't, good luck. Actor Aaron Paul's character, Mike Hawk suddenly shows up in my vision. Actor Aaron Paul's character on Breaking Bad was known as whom? He just said it, huh?
Yeah, that is going to be a hard one considering I've never seen that show
Yeah, it's going to
before.
be pretty difficult.
Was it like, I know, Pinkman.
Yep, Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've only seen 2 episodes of it ever, but that's a pretty known character.
I guess. Go back to the world of states. In what state, what northern state would you find the city of Hell? H-E-L-L, hell, just like it sounds.
Which northern state?
That is correct. Snow's there. It's cold.
It is hell. So if it's not hotter than hell and it's north,
Then
it
it's
means
colder
it's
than
going to
hell.
be colder than hell. I would think northern state.
Just take a stab at it.
Go north.
Would it be
North Carolina.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
That's only north to the people in South Carolina. I mean, like,
You
it's
serious?
north of South
How
Carolina.
about Alaska? I'll guess Alaska.
Michigan.
Michigan. All right.
Michigan.
Hell, Michigan.
Michigan. What?
Have you been to Michigan? It might be the nickname for Detroit.
I have not been to Michigan ever in my life.
You've never been to North Carolina either. We got that.
Nope.
Yeah,
Never.
Obviously.
All right, believe it or not, director Spike Lee's father was the bass player on what Simon and Garfunkel song? I did not know that before today. It's a pretty popular song. It's been made popular again fairly recently.
Because of Pete Garfunkel.
Another band covered this tune within the last year or two, whatever it is, but did very well for them.
All right, Matthew, we need an answer. What's Simon and Garfunkel tune?
I got the song in my head, and yet I cannot think of the name.
Was that song The Sound of Silence?
Yes. Question 6.
Question number 6. The Vi in Vicodin, the VI, believe it or not, it comes from the Roman numeral for 6, because Vicodin is 6 times stronger than what other drug? It's for pain. You can get it over the counter now. I want to say years ago you couldn't.
Right.
Vicodin.
Right. I want to say...
Vicodin. I'm just trying to give you the answer. All there.
Get rid of the Vi, and what are you left with?
Vicodin?
No, Vicodin is the drug. Get rid of the Vi, so take the VI out of it. And what are you left with if you look at Vicodin without the VI?
Come on.
Ibuprofen?
Oh, for frick's sake.
Codeine.
Matthew, you just hang on hold. Matthew, I'll tell you what, let's do. You just stay on hold, and we will talk to you again next week, okay? So just hang right where you are.
Yeah.
Don't move. Don't think. Maybe eat a little.
I was going to tell them activists.
Read some stuff. And
Did you say ibuprofen? Did you say drop the VI from Vicodin?
I think Matthew might have been playing a little game there of I just want to be done.
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
I do not believe.
Nobody is that stupid.
You have to accept.
I thought
There's
Advil at
nobody
first,
that
too.
dumb.
Have you seen the news? You know what's going on in the world? Okay.
All right. There you go, I'm Big Dummy. Hey, good news. The head chef is coming up. Ted's Meat and Potatoes, all about the tailgate. Noah Sherlock is coming up. And we've got your emails next from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
We return to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, still to come, Ted's Meat and Potatoes, all about the tailgate. And Noah Sherlock coming up. First time for a few emails from the Men's Room at mensroomlive.com.
You've got mail.
Let's jump right into the birthday emails, guys. Can you please wish my husband Travis a very happy birthday? We love you guys. Listen all the time. Can you please play a little Turtle Wax with a Your Penis is Too Small in the Pause? Love, his wife, Jamie. Oh, Michelle, today is my birthday. I'm turning 22 years old and have been listening since I was...
Oh, no.
14. So for myself, I wanted to hear some dirty German from Thrill and some Aussie Ted, please. That would mean a lot. Thanks, guys. That from Nee Cody.
Yeah, I hope you are hungry because for your birthday, I will give you crabs.
Yeah, Ted here from Melbourne. Glad to see you an adult now listening to us. Why don't you come over and platter my puss? It's an animal from Australia, Mouse.
Yeah.
Guys, long-time listener, and it's my dirty 30 today. I'm about to go home after work, put on my banana hammock, horrify my ex, get kicked out of a bar, and S in my buddy sink. Let me get a fish sandwich and maybe a Leroy Jenkins. Thanks, guys. That from Joe Mama.
Fish sandwich.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Your wife and the crew at Ultra Motorsports want to wish Patrick a very happy birthday. We would love the dirty Germans to talk about building hot rods. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, it is not the biggest hot rod, but if you get the rod hot, it'll at least go 8 inches.
Yeah, this is the most German birthday wish we've ever had, because it's from his wife. and the crew.
Yeah.
Guys, can you wish our dad, Travis, a huge happy birthday? Love you, Dad. Thanks for everything you do. Can you give him a fish sandwich and some wedding puke? Thanks, guys. Love his 3 wonderful kids, Tyler, Aiden, and Callie.
Fish sandwich.
Well, the guys, 34th trip around the sun would love the very dirty Germans talking about big booty bitches. That would make my day. Thanks a lot, guys. That from Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole, big booties have my favorite flower, the posterior blossom.
Yeah, big booty bitches is the best. I love a bad bitch.
Yeah, big booty. Yeah.
I got to, what some people would say, an effing problem.
Yeah, there's already a restaurant called this, but I would call it the Shake Shack.
Guys, big happy 40th birthday to Seth. You're an amazing man, and I love you. That from Jill. Give him turtle wax with a Leroy Jenkins. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Drop the beat.
All right, guys, here we go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, bitches.
Yas, the Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Couple extra on why your grandparent was a badass. Guys, and there are some amazing stories here. My grandfather told me the story of the time he walked through a munitions depot while he was in Korea or Vietnam, can't remember. When he walked out of the building, it exploded a few seconds later, sending shrapnel into a building close by, but none hit him. He also recently told me he had 2 extra families while in the military. One while he was stationed in Germany. I learned about the bonus families while sharing our first beer together this summer. Mind blown.
Wow.
That from Jeremy. Guys, my mom told me that when she was about 10, her dad, while at the house alone, was mowing the front yard. The grass was apparently wet, and the wheel became jammed. Without giving it a thought, Granddad reached down to free the wheel and cut half of his thumb and 3 fingers off. He walked into the house, leaving a trail of blood, grabbed some wet and paper towels, wrapped his hand, then drove his manual transmission car to the doctor's office because it was the closest. More on why your grandparent was a badass. Guys, I was about 10 years old when I discovered the badass in my grandpa. We were talking about the book Motorcycle MP, Mississippi-born. Oh, he is by the book a Mississippi-born good old boy.
Okay.
One day, I get out of my dad's car and approach the grandparents' house. Each step I take, a deep guitar riff gets louder and louder. I walk in and can't believe it's coming from inside. I walk to the back of the room where my grandpa is holding a shiny metallic blue electric guitar and playing Cat Scratch Fever. I sat there for over an hour or 2 on the carpet asking him to play everything from Ozzy to Van Halen. He was so badass to me from that day on. R.I.P. Grandpa Jim Stafford. That from Lakewood Mike. A couple extras. Realized my grandmother was a badass when I called to check on her after getting home from the hospital from having a double mastectomy, only to be told, hold on, she's in the basement doing laundry. My grandfather, big guy, 6'8", over 300, quiet man, never raised his voice or his hand. Years after his death, me and my cousins having a beer at a bar not far from their home. First thing me and my grandfather share was the same first name and last name. So while at the bar, bartender asked me my name, and when I gave it to him, he said, ask my cousin John if I'm Dominic's grandson too. When he says yes, he stated to me, if I'm going to fight, just to take it outside. I got confused when I brought it up to my cousins and what the bartender had said to me. The elderly guy in the bar came up to us and stated that my grandfather was a bare-knuckle fighter in his early age. I didn't believe him, but he left and then came back with a picture of him with a group of the fighters that he used to fight with. That from Dino of the Midnight Crew. Great-grandma from Italy immigrated in 1924 alone to marry a man she never met. In 1974, she lived alone and heard people breaking in her home. She took a baseball bat to 2 of the 3 men breaking in and chased the other one away screaming in Italian. That from Laura.
Well, if she's going to come to this country illegally, I think she should learn the language. Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Papa grew up on a homesteading farm in eastern Idaho during the Great Depression as a young man. He saved the life of Buckskin Billy, the last mountain man, from drowning in the Montana River. When Pearl Harbor happened, Papa was running mule trains up into the Bitterroot Mountains to the mining camps. As the sole human leading a pack train of 5 to 6 mules, he regularly dealt with wolves, cougars, and grizzly bears. He came down to Bozeman to read that Pearl Harbor had been bombed, He made one more run up the mountain, then came back down and volunteered for the Marines. He went through Parris Island, then took part in the invasion in Guadalcanal and spent the entire war fighting both the Japanese army and bouts of malaria. After the war, he settled down in California on the Mexican border with my grandma. He liked to chop firewood and only use boxers in the winter. And in the summer, he went with completely commando. My grandmother would scream at him, "What would the neighbors think?" To he'd respond, "We have no neighbors because we're on the border and no one lived within miles of them." For a job, he worked as a firefighter for the California Forestry Service and fought wildfires every summer for 30 years. He was a weird, macho man. And I think he did all of this in part because that's how he coped with his PTSD. He died when I was 4 years old, by all reports. We got along great, and I wish I'd gotten to know him. That from Dan. All right, still to come, we will drink and toast with the shot of the day. But first,
time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Anybody that knows the head chef knows there's one thing he's passionate about. It's tailgating.
Oh, yeah.
I go on a tailgate tour every year with my brother and some friends.
Are you ready to tell people where you're going this year?
Well, this year we kind of switched it up a bit.
Okay.
We didn't really go for... Look, I'll be honest, we're getting older, so we've gotten to the point now where we're like, the hell with the college football game, let's just meet somewhere and get drunk.
All right, well, that's cool. That's
like my brother has 2 kids.
I'm sure
Will's got 2 kids.
I'm sure there's a college somewhere close.
There is. We're right by DU.
DU.
Denver University?
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Or UD.
UD.
University of D.
UD. Welcome.
But we've been to the Florida-Georgia game. We've been to Texas, Oklahoma.
Michigan.
We've been up to Michigan for a game. LSU, Tennessee. Been to Army,
You've
Navy.
done all the big ones,
Yeah, I was gonna
man.
say.
Yeah.
What's one you haven't done?
Rose Bowl.
Yeah, so there's the Rose Bowl and all that.
That would be good. What's one on the list that we have to go to?
Yeah, because, I mean, you've done some of the most significant ones there are, man. So, I mean,
Probably Death Valley, maybe?
Which one?
Clemson?
Yeah, Clemson wouldn't be bad, but I went to the real one at LSU.
yeah, I was going to say.
Okay. You got to go to all the Death Valleys.
Yeah, that'll be my new thing.
Death Valley, too.
Honestly, dude, at this point, like, I would take almost any school in the SEC. It's just such a massive deal.
Oh, Ole Miss.
Oh, yeah, the Grove. You're right, the Holy Grail.
You have to do that.
You even clutch your hands in prayer.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Well, the Grove is the Holy Grail of college tailgating.
I understand this. I've just never seen anyone put their praying hands together like the
Holy Grail.
like a tattoo in a Mexican prison.
So with tailgating, obviously, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. Mainly people losing to me in cornhole. But ladder golf is a fun game. I played that a couple weeks ago. Tougher than I remember.
Yeah.
Like washers. But also a big part of it is food and beverages and this and that. I'm partial to college, but obviously you NFL tailgaters do a great job too. All right. So we got here some tailgating trends. Trends.
All right.
Now, what do you think the top tailgating food is?
I would say hot dogs or hamburgers.
No.
Okay.
Brats?
Nope.
Sandwiches.
Nope.
Ribs?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. Oh,
yeah.
it's right there.
All right,
yeah.
well,
Wings got 25% of the vote, followed by burgers, pizza, which you don't...
Pizza?
I don't feel like I see a ton of pizza. That's no offense, that you're tailgating. That's a lazy tailgate.
It is a lazy. I think part of the joy of tailgating is knowing that everyone's going to MacGyver what they make out of the back of a truck or the grill they brought. You know, it's the effort that you put in.
Cold
man.
wings. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause you bring them in a tray.
Then don't eat them.
No, cook them
don't
there.
eat them.
Oh, cook them there.
Come on.
There.
All
yeah,
right.
and I mean, real tailgaters, like, you know what, maybe I'm just a fat bastard. So, like, real tailgaters eat cold chicken wings.
Or I'm just fat. I don't know.
I eat cold fried chicken. No problem.
With a fork.
Burgers, pizza, hot dogs, nachos, and tacos.
It's something in a crock pot.
Yeah. And like they say here, it doesn't mean that wings are necessarily the most prevalent. It just means they're most popular.
Okay.
So you're right. Probably hamburgers, hot dogs would be the most prevalent.
Yeah.
Also, for those cold weather games, folks, don't forget, make some chili, throw it in a crock pot. Then when you get there, just put it on the grill. Warm her up.
Ted. Damn right.
Our favorite thing to drink at a tailgate is...
Beer.
Of course. 53% of the vote, followed by mixed...
Fireball.
Followed by mixed drinks in a giant plastic cup, or as I like to call them, a traveler. Iced tea, which generally involves some booze,
Yes,
too.
it does.
Wine or wine coolers, and Gatorade. I would also add to that list very quickly would be the hard soda waters.
What is the deal with those? So what are they, like spiked with whatever?
It's like a malt beverage, but it's a soda water. This summer they were everywhere. Like this tailgate season, they'll be everywhere.
Okay. And you're a fan?
Truly.
Okay. All right. You seem excited about it. How many can you knock back before it's too many? I don't know anything about these things.
Well, that's the problem.
Are they Zima-ish?
A question like that, how many can you knock back before it's too many? Once you get to that line, it's a little tough to tell.
All right, I see what you mean, because they're so delicious. They just go down easy, I guess.
Yeah, they do, man. And it's crisp and refreshing, and honestly, women love them too. So, like, just trust me.
Bitches love them. I'm Ted Smith.
Bitches love this. I mean,
you want to get crunk and drunk?
Now this one I'm calling shenanigans on.
What's that?
24% of people say they don't usually drink at a tailgate.
Oh, BS.
Like you're at a tailgate.
Yeah.
Like, of course you're drinking alcohol.
What else are you doing?
It is early.
I had a buddy. So
I don't care. I'm just talking about the other people.
What are you going to go to the game and pay $18 a beer?
I think it's a great environment for guys to be able to drink. It's kind of like the male equivalent of brunch. I mean, green light, game on. You can drink.
If dudes made brunch, this is burgers,
if
wings.
you showed up at 9:30, you can have a hamburger at 9:30
and a beer
and a beer and a shot.
But to me, that's where the term kegs and eggs started. Was like when I lived on the East Coast, you have noon games. Yeah. So you get to that tailgate at 9 a.m.
Right.
Kegs and eggs,
right? Get it going.
Oh, it's a great restaurant. Mm-hmm. Eggs and eggs.
So 24% of people lied, they usually don't drink at the tailgate. 32. Honestly, I think this whole poll was a bunch of liars. 32%, so they only had 1 or 2 drinks. 20% said 3 or 4. 11% said 5 or 6. 4% said 7 or 8, and 9% said they'll drink more than that.
So 9% of people are honest.
But in all honesty, it also depends on who they polled and for what. And that goes back to Saturday and Sunday. Now, the shift is happening, but for the most part, if you're going to a pro game, yes, you can tailgate. Yes, you can have a few beers, but when you get inside, you can continue to eat and you can still drink. But when you go to a college game, man, right there, you better get it. I mean, unless you're in like in a really premium club level, or there's a lot of stadiums that have added some
they're
beer
selling
sales.
beers at a lot of stadiums. Yeah. They've changed the rules.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And also, if you don't like the University of Oregon, give them a shout out. Phil Knight really helped push that along.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're right. And a Saturday
that wasn't
game,
Rob Mullins.
Saturday games also is
Steve
Saturday.
Sarkisian.
But yeah, college that is a big thing. But NFL fans get them in too. Hey, you're tailgating for 3 hours. You're having a few beverages. All right, again, these are tailgating trends. 49% of people said cornhole, the best tailgating game.
It is, dude. It's a great game.
Washers is another good one. Anything you could stand with a beer in your hand.
And it's always good just to have a little Nerf football that you can whip around with you as well.
Yeah, but Ted made a solid point about the idea of tailgating and playing a game. And there's nothing wrong with the Nerf football except one thing. And Ted hit it on the head. Cornhole, rope ladder, all that stuff, you can play it with the beer still in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
You know, with football, at some point, you might try to catch a few, then the bill spears on you, or beer spills on you, all that. It's like, right, I want to play a game where the beer is in my other hand.
When you tailgate with Miles, and I always thought this was awesome about you, he brings a guy that catches it and then just tosses it. The ball. Right. So you keep a beer in his hand.
I can do whatever I want, man.
Well, right, because you throw.
I got that guy.
That's all you're doing. You're the thrower.
That's right. He could be the catcher.
I was at a tailgate once, and I said to this guy, I was like, hey, you want to play catch? And he's like, yeah. I was like, all right. He seemed very aggressive about it. He was like whipping it at me. Then I saw him a couple months later. I was like, hey, you're kind of whipping that in there quick. He goes, I was a college quarterback. I thought you were messing with me. I was like, no.
He thought you were effing with him.
Yeah.
You got an arm or anything that you can throw?
I have the worst arm you've ever seen. The rest of the top 5 of tailgating games were beer pong, frisbee, catch, flip cup, and ladder toss. The Smith boys are partial to flip cup. Mm-hmm. We had a place once called Flip Cup Corner. Got turned into Pea Corner by the end of the day.
Same location.
Things that white people say playing frisbee. That one's on me.
70% of fans said college tailgates are better than NFL tailgates.
Sure. Of course they are.
Again,
because you got to get revved up.
And it's Saturday. Like
right.
I said, it's Saturday. It's the amount of people, too. I don't think a lot of people realize college stadiums are bigger.
Hey, they're big. Yeah. Not only that, man, but when you're sitting on the parking lot, man, you can hear the roar of the band. You know, when the band goes up and starts, the whole thing starts up at 11:30 whenever they run out there, and then it's game. There's a buildup that you can hear from the parking lot. Where a pro game, it's just kind of.
And most places now, like the first place I saw it was at LSU in the Tiger Walk. But the band comes by, and it's just the team walking into the stadium.
Right.
60,000 people watching it. You go to Knoxville, same thing. Vol Walk. I have the Terp Walk now in Maryland. So, I mean, college.
Not the Perp Walk, the Terp Walk. They're very similar right now.
Soon.
Very by the way, they want to know, would you go to a tailgate at BYU?
All right. I have tailgated at the University of Utah, which was a ton of fun.
Right. Really?
I was hanging out with people from University of Washington.
Okay.
BYU, I would, but
that's got to be a little tougher. Brigham Young is different than University of Utah, you know?
Yeah. I have heard, though, the tailgate scene there is pretty good, and maybe not all the rules are followed on college football Saturdays.
Hang out with one of the black fraternities. On campus.
61% of people said the best place to watch football is at home or a friend's house. That's hard to argue. 12% said at a bar. Only 11 said being at the game is the best. And 16% think, I don't care. As long as you got a bunch of food and drink.
I think that's a successful tailgate when you don't make it into the stadium.
Yeah. When the need to party is greater.
You've got the TV there probably. You got the action on.
Sure.
I mean, all those games I listed, like Florida, Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, we never made it into the game. Michigan.
Did you have a ticket?
No, we didn't even bother.
It's just there.
You just went there to tailgate.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Head Chef, thank you so much. There you go. Ted's meat and potatoes still to come. We'll drink it toast with a shot of the day. Noah Sherlock is coming up next. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Hola, bitches. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Oh, yeah. Coming up, we'll drink it toast for the shot of the day. First, our old Steve, the Thrill Hill combs the globe. Looking for stories with headlines and screams.
Well, no, Sherlock.
And away we go. We know that Hurricane Florence made landfall. So this headline comes out. It says, even the best-run hurricane shelters can still be highly stressful.
Really? Well, no, Sherlock.
Might have something to do with the fact that you're in the shelter because the hurricane hit, but I don't know. I do not know. We continue. Ticketmaster has its own secret scalping.
Well, what do you know about that? No, Sherlock.
It's almost like a monopoly can do what they want.
Yeah,
and everybody goes, it's our monopoly. There's 3 of them.
Sorta, if you want to call it that. Knock yourself out. Whatever helps you sleep at night. You know, you do your thing. Climate change is making storms like Hurricane Florence worse.
Oh, no, Sherlock.
I really wish someone would have told us that. We continue. I'm assuming the Huron River has something to do with Lake Huron. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to read you the headline. I didn't bother to read the story. I just saw the headline and thought, why do you have to tell people that? But this is the headline. Health Department says, don't eat Huron River foam.
No, Sherlock.
Oh, what a shame. This foam is all ripe and ready to be skimmed and licked, and now we can't even eat a river foam anymore.
No, don't eat the foam out of the river.
This is the time of the year where the foam is the finest.
And look, I'll be honest, all right? I'm not a scientist, so I don't want to overstate anything.
We lost our whole crop of river foam.
I don't think it's just the Huron River. I think maybe if you see river foam in any river, don't eat it.
Oh, no!
Get to our River Foam Festival. Victoria's Secret sells women's underwear, but has been marketing to men.
Yeah. No, Sherlock.
We really appreciate that.
You don't say. If a Victoria's Secret catalog shows them in the house, who's more likely to flip through it?
Most women I know love that whole Angels fashion show.
That's all they care about.
Well, they can see people on TV that look like them.
That's exactly what it is. It makes them feel better about themselves. And certainly as a guy, you're not looking at a woman you'd want to be with. Yeah. You're just looking at the underwear. That's what that's about. And again, with Hurricane Florence, I mean, look, a hurricane's a hurricane. Turns out you can get wet with water, etc. But the hits keep rolling. Reporters get battered by wind while covering Hurricane Florence.
Well, no, Sherlock.
All right, thanks, Steve. All right, Wobbin, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And one quick side note, Ted, you were talking about tailgating, your experiences tailgating. Would you tailgate at BYU? From the comments section, anyone that has gone to or tailgated at BYU says do not. Just so you don't bother. Just
all right.
All right, today we toast an unidentified man from a province I can't possibly pronounce in China. Now, early this morning, he's driving down an expressway when he sees police stopping cars ahead of him for a sobriety test. Now, wanting to avoid a DUI, he abandons his van on the side of an exit, runs across the highway, hops over a median, and then attempting to find a way out, he decides to try to hail a cab. Unfortunately for him, the cab won't stop for him. It did not work. So in the last-ditch effort to avoid facing a field sobriety test, he jumped off of an overpass. Now, keep in mind, this was to avoid a sobriety test. Now, police found him under the overpass when witnesses said a man just jumped off the overpass. He ended up with a broken leg, and he admitted to the cops why he jumped. Said, look, man, I went drinking last night. I was really worried that I was going to blow dirty. So what do you think his blood alcohol level was when they got to the hospital? If you guess 0, that he was not drunk at all, you are 100% correct. There was no alcohol left in the guy's system. He sees them stopping people for field sobriety tests, panics, jumps off of a bridge, breaks his leg, and it's like, you're not drunk. You're just stupid and paranoid. That's it. He had been drinking, and not drinking heavily. He had been to a bar the night before with some friends, had a few cocktails. Yeah, broke his leg for that. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy. Yummy! Over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
Let's get caller 9 in the line for a little profile this. 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.
All right, showtime. You ready?
Born ready.
Great. Did you bring the dongle?
What's a dongle?
Never mind. We'll just show them on your laptop.
I was supposed to bring my laptop?
Don't panic. You shared the presentation with me, right?
I forgot.
Well, if you log in, then we can...
My password. I was about to say I forgot my password.
You ordered the food through EasyCater, right?
Yes?
We'll be fine.
Food can make or break a presentation, so make sure you order at EasyCater.com. Individually packaged food delivered right on time. How? EasyCater.